There's no Pinocchio's nose. There's no way to know for sure if someone is lying. If there was, we wouldn't have any liars, right? But there are statistical cues to deceit, cues that often come up over and over again when someone is lying. So statistically speaking, these are pretty common, but they're not foolproof, right? That's why you have to make sure you're baselining and you have to make sure you confirm.
I love that.
Okay. So common, touching the nose. For some reason, we have tissue in our nose that itches and swells with blood when we lie. And so people will often do that when they're lying. Cheaters, if you watch the show Cheaters or you watch any show where people are talking to cheaters, you'll notice that cheaters will often touch their nose when they do it, especially if they're lying about it. It's like a shame thing. So touching the nose all of a sudden. Now, if someone's been touching the nose during their baseline, not a red flag.
Or if they've got allergies or a cold, not a red flag.
Right. But if all of a sudden they're like, well, my ex, she was, we were just had a lot of differences. Like there is a lot there, right? Like that's more questions. That's the confirmation column, which is the third one. So touching the nose is one of them. A lip purse is another. So a lip purse is when we press our lips into a hard line. We often do this when we're withholding. People will, well, they're like trying to think, how do I say this in a way that's not going to sound terrible? Like if you ask someone a hard question, like how much do you weigh? They'll be like, like they immediately lip purse because we don't want to answer that question. So lip pursing is not a sign of lying, but it's a sign of like, I don't love this question and I might be thinking about how I'm withholding.
Like hesitation.
Yes, like hesitation, withholding. So when I see it, I'm always, again, I'm just making a note, like I'm paying attention, like, there was something there that made them feel like I have to hold back a little bit, right? And that's when I'll say like, hey, like we're good, like, I'm on your side. Like, I just want to know, honestly, like, you're not going to upset me, right? So a lip purse is just a sign of something, dig deeper there. The shame gesture is another one. Shame is when we touch the side of our forehead. I don't know why. I think it's an eye blocking behavior. Like we block. So when we don't like something as humans, we do a number of things. We block. So we'll often cross our arms and try to like get away from it. We distance. Right? We might turn away. We also will sometimes cover our eyes or pinch the bridge of our eyes. It's a way of like, I don't like it. Like little kids, when they hear bad news, they like, but it's the same kind of instinct as human. We don't like something. So blocking behaviors like closing off or shutting down. Anytime you see a sudden difference in a baseline, you're like, what is happening?